Clearly on the trading floor, the number of men far exceeds the ladies. Joining us now is someone who knows all about that, Elois Joseph, who is a banker now and the co-founder of the Greenwood Project. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You started off on the trading floor. What was that like?
Working on the trading floor was actually phenomenal. It was one of the best jobs I think I've ever had. Since working on the trading floor, I've worked in office environments, and I can tell you there's nothing like the energy. That's how I can explain it. The energy and the adrenaline rush that you get from working on a trading floor and Expiration Friday and everyone's shouting and getting their trades done. I miss it a lot. It was a great time.
What's your experience as a woman and a minority in corporate America been like?
It's been interesting. Very early on, I was very young and very naive and didn't even realize that I was a minority or a double minority. I just got a job offer and I came and I did my job and I minded my business and I advanced quite a few times. So I didn't realize that I was a minority early on, but as I grew, as I matured, I started to understand that there are barriers for women, there are barriers for people of color, and not that the companies necessarily have barriers, but when you're dealing with managers and some hiring managers, they may have biases that you are unaware of, and those are the biggest challenges, dealing with people who may have a bias.
What's some advice you would give to young women pursuing careers in the financial industry?
Whether a young woman is pursuing a career in the financial services industry or any industry, I would tell them to make sure that their manager understands that they're open to feedback. Feedback is key. If a person doesn't feel like they can give you feedback for whatever reason, they may not want to deal with you, and you never want to put yourself in a situation where you can't work at a company or the company doesn't want you there because you're hard to work with, is what they'll call you. So just be open to feedback. Ask for feedback. Ask your manager, how am I doing? What did you think about this project? Is there something that I could have done differently? So definitely being open to feedback.
You and your husband, Elois Joseph, started the Greenwood Project. Tell us about that and how it's working out.
So the Greenwood Project was started as an avenue to expose academically ambitious students from Chicago to a different just type of life, a different type of career, a different industry. So for example, there are a lot of academically talented students within Chicago, even the under-resourced communities. And when these students go to college, they typically major in fields like journalism, criminal justice, psychology, sociology. They're all great fields. The problem is we're so heavily concentrated in just those four majors that we fail to go out and see what other opportunities are out there. And so my husband and I were wondering, well, why is that? Why is there a lack of, students, minority students going to apply to the financial industry? And then we had to think about it. When we were kids, for example, myself, I grew up on the west side of Chicago. I didn't see stockbrokers. I didn't see financial engineers. I didn't see financial analysts. So you can't be what you can't see. So one of our biggest drivers is to make sure that students can see careers and opportunities that they may not have exposure to within their communities.
Before you take off, you're obviously a very busy lady. How do you manage to balance your career with having a family and a high-profile job?
The way I keep my balance is by prioritizing my life. My family comes first. My career is definitely important as well. So just making sure that I provide a great balance between my family, my career, and also my social life. Now, definitely my social life has changed a lot. Like, for example, I don't get to do the girls' trips. There's not a lot that I do during the week anymore because I need to get home and get my daughter from school, things of that nature. I do have a lot of late hours, like working on my nonprofit, the Greenwood Project. So again, it's just finding a good balance and prioritizing and making sure that I keep the family first.
Elois, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been great.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.